Learn Excel from Mr. Excel Podcast, episode 2284, Excel to Word with a VBA macro. Hey, welcome back to the Mr. Excel Netcast. I'm Bill Jelen. Today's question, I was at the Microsoft Business Application Summit in Atlanta this past weekend. Robert was in my class, and he said, all right, for every client he has a workbook with anywhere from 40 to 60 worksheets, and he wants to present this to them in a Word document. Currently, he copies the range on each worksheet, pasting the Word as a linked object, and then potentially resizing to fit the width of the Word document. And the question is there some way to speed this up? So, while I write Excel VBA all the time, I'm not really versed in Word VBA, so I turned to Suat Ozgur at Mr. Excel, my team, and this is what we came up with. We came up with this macro. Keep this workbook open in the background, switch to the other Excel workbook. Each worksheet should have a named range called report, and if there's not a range called report, we skip that sheet and Control-Shift-W to transfer to Word. All right, now you can download this workbook so you can try it yourself. It's down in the YouTube description down there. And it should work with any workbook you have. All right, now Robert had 60 worksheets. I just have a few here. So we're going to select the range that we want to have copied to Word, and then back here on the Formulas tab, go to Define Name. All right, really important you change from Workbook to this sheet, Sheet 1, and we'll call it Report. Make sure you spell it right or it's never going to work. Report, and click OK. All right, and then go on to Sheet 2. All right, now this page is really wide. Again, define name, and the scope is going to be Sheet 2, and call it Report. All right, and then Sheet 3. This one's really tall, so we go all the way down to row 130. Define name. Name is going to be Report, and this is going to be scope to Sheet 3. Yeah, now I can see it's going to be really tedious to set this up with the 60 reports the first time. But once you get it set up, life should be pretty good. Now this one we want to skip. Nothing on this one. Here, let's take Sheet 3 and just make a copy of it. And of course that name should already exist now on Sheet 4, and we'll change it just to prove that it worked. All right, good. All right, so let's give it a try. Okay, so we have this workbook open. We switch to the workbook that we want to transfer to Word. Switch windows. And Control-Shift-W. Hey, all right, I paused the video. It took about 35 seconds. The longest part was just waiting for Word to open up. Once Word opened up, though, it was pretty fast. All right, so here's the first page. That looks good. And then here, this page is really wide, so it made the table narrower. And now this one, I'm not sure about this. I think it might have made the table wider in this case. And this was the one that was really long, 112 pages, so it just goes on for pages and pages and pages. Does a page break. And then the last one I added where I put the 1, 2, 3. So, hey, it works. All right, well, hey, let's take a look at Suat's code here. So at the beginning, it creates a new Word document and makes that application visible equals true. And then for each sheet in active workbook.worksheet, so it works on the active workbook, we're going to activate the sheet. Usually you don't have to do this, but there's a bug in Office 365 Insider Fast right now. And if there's no range called report, it skips that, goes next sheet. Otherwise, selects that range, does a copy, and then with the Word doc, active window.selection, it'll insert a break if in fact it's not the first one we're pasting, and then paste the Excel table, and then next sheet. And then finally down here, we go back to the Word doc for each table in doc.tables, auto-fit behavior 2, which is fit the window next table. All right, and then we get a little message box here. And finally activates the Word document. All right, so download the workbook, give this a try. You probably have things you have to do in Word after the fact. Add some nice cover pages and stuff like that. But hopefully by getting 40 to 60 pages created in Word real quick, it'll save you a lot of time. Well, hey, my thanks today to Suat Ozgur, who is the author of this book, Excel JavaScript UDFs. Let's point you to that book. Available at the link up there in the eye. If you like what you see here, please subscribe and ring that bell. Feel free to post any questions or comments in the comments down below the YouTube video. Also, hey, for videos from the Microsoft Business Analytics Summit, there's a link down in the YouTube video. I want to thank you for stopping by. We'll see you next time for another Netcast from Mr. Excel.